Should you be using hunting ground blinds? Let's talk about it. Now, are these things a gimmick? Are they worth it? Do they keep you out of the elements? But most importantly, how do you even use and set one of these up? Whenever you're trying to choose a place to set up your deer blind, in my opinion, the best thing you're going to be able to do is scout the land. So whenever you're choosing a ground blind setup, there's a few mistakes I see a lot of people make. Now keep in mind, I'm no expert in this, but I've spent a lot of time, especially as a new hunter years ago, trying to figure out how to master ground blind hunting because, well, it's comfortable. But you really need to get out here and you need to scout this property to find out where those doe are coming in and out of, where you're going to get a lot of activity. I see a lot of people will just take a ground blind, pop it up out in the middle of an open field, and you're probably not going to scrape up a whole lot of success that way. I just got this in the other day, and matter of fact, my last ground blind I had pretty much pooped out on me. I've had it for about 4 years, and I left it up during the snow, and the roof collapsed on it. This is a Funhorn 360 ground blind, I believe, and pretty cool because it came with a little backpack case. That way, I guess if you were out in the national forest, you wanted to set it up and take it out with you after a few days and get it home, you have that option. So let's just probably find the middle of this thing here. Looks like it's coming together pretty good. This is the last little tug we got to do here. Let's go ahead and get this thing into position. So here's where a lot of people go wrong. They will set this up like this, bolt it down, and just start hunting out of it. Now, sometimes that works, but I'm going to show you what you really are going to need to do to get this thing prepared. Okay, so what I got going on here is I've got a little bit of brush, some trees that I took out that were on my fence row. So I went ahead and brought these over here, piled them up. I'm going to share with you a little secret on what kind of trees to use to blend this blind in. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my deer blind probably set up in this vicinity here. I may come back a little further where it's more level, and we're going to start tucking this thing in. There's a quick little tip you don't want to forget here, and that's put your entrance on the back side on the way you're going to be entering this thing. So I know I'm going to be walking through it in this direction. Hello! I really like my spot here. I like my view. I know exactly where the deer are coming out of. This thing's easily got enough room for 2 people in here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is start blending this thing in. Tell you one thing I'm going to take full advantage of, and that's this electric powered saw. Tell you what's really cool is having these little loops right here, so you can start sticking your branches and stuff in there like such. So actually the rain shield cover went on there pretty easy, just took a little bit of playing with. Of course, the more wild and natural like I can make this look, the better. Look more and more like a big bush. Give y'all a little pointer on what kind of shrubbery to use. This cedar works really good, and it'll stay this color for quite some time. And when it starts to die off, it actually gets brown and it won't flake off as fast. Gonna take our green cedar limbs here, just pop these up over like this, lay them on top. We just want this to look like one big bush. We're getting close. I'm gonna call this thing Reggie Bush. Now, of course, I go overboard on everything because that's just my personality, but I don't want to half-ass this. Now, that's how you blend in a ground blind right there. We're gonna fill this little gap right there. Hello. Probably can't even see me. So I think I've got this thing blended in really well. Of course, this is just the back side. We'll step around front and look up, and you can see just how well this thing's hidden in. But here's my entryway right here. Let's go ahead and it's really hard for my camera to pick that up, but look how good you can see through this thing all the way around. Most importantly, check out that view. Did get the roof on here, but plenty of room for activities in here. Easily you could put 2 people in here. So here I am right here with all this space and hunting space, and you have all this open space back here, so you could have your gear in front of you down here. But check this beautiness out. Also like these little quiet clips right here. You can raise up and down to completely shut this right here. So that's cool. Check this thing out back here. You barely can see it. If I were to move my side by side, you really wouldn't see it. What it's gonna look like from 100, 150 yards, we'll check that out too. Little bonus tip, it would be a good idea to arrange the area you plan on setting your ground blind up ahead of time. That way you can know if you can take the shot all the way down there. You're not setting up in a bad position where you know your firearm can't reach out to that location. The ground blind is exactly 160 yards away. Check that out. I don't care how long you've been hunting, sometimes a ground blind is just a perfect option, especially if you're taking kids, your wife, maybe someone older that they can get to it. It's easy to access. They're not having to climb up a deer stand, tree stand, ladder stand, saddle. This right here, you can just set up anywhere, drive damn near right up to it and get in the back of it. I am all for these things, especially if you can put these in pinch points and funnels and places that you can get in and out of, and you have the wind in your favor, you're guaranteed to not spook anything out of one of these. So if you're interested in getting one of these ground blinds, this is the Funhorn ground blind. I'll give you the information in the comments, but this thing seems to be just good enough as anything else. And also it would help support the channel a little bit since they do give me a little bit of a kickback for the sales of these things.